This is the first corset I ever made, and this year it will be 10 years old. I'm going to go through everything which went horrifically wrong with it because I'm showing you how lucky you are if you're starting to make corsets today. I got my supplies from Vena Carver, and this fabric was made from a cover I made for my bed. So I don't think I followed the grain when I was cutting it out at all. You can see the stitches here are completely, the tension was wrong on the machine and loose and horrible. I sewed around, which isn't necessarily wrong when putting the busk in, but it's not what I do anymore. There is no binding around the top, I bagged it out. There is no coutil on the inside. I used canvas because I thought that that was strong enough for the lining of the corset at that point. I hadn't got any information telling me otherwise. I used the ready-made boning channels, which were an absolute godsend for me at the time, but I didn't realise that they were hollow to be able to slot the bones in, so the bones got slotted behind. Of course they are removable because I didn't bind it at the top. At the back, the eyelets are horrifically badly put in because I didn't know how, and I used spiral steels rather than flats. So it's completely unsupportive. I was very tiny at that point, as I was only 11, so that wasn't necessarily a problem. I'll show you the inside of this and it will make everybody watching this feel a lot better. This is the seam of the corset, and I knew I'd never actually bought a corset before, by the way. I couldn't afford one because there wasn't the kind of stuff you get from China at that point. It was all very expensive. The seam, it's not even halfway down it, and it was just sewn roughly over where it was. Then realised there was supposed to be, this is the pattern actually from the Jean Honeysett period patterns from Sage and Screen book. If you're familiar with that at all, you'll be able to see there's the three corset bones that go down the second panel, which I then realised I'd forgotten basically, so sewed them on the inside. It's a mess. There's no two ways about it. I absolutely loved it, and hopefully from the picture that I've put up you can see that it didn't look too bad when it was on. But this was basically the first thing I had ever made, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic at the time. I did it on a Toyota sewing machine which was about 30 years old and really wasn't up to the task. I don't think I used really any form of even zipper foot when putting it together. But it looks like a corset, and I was really proud of it, and hopefully my stuff's a lot better than this nowadays. And this is what I was able to achieve just through finding a pattern out of a book and having a go. So hopefully it will inspire people to realise that even if the first thing you ever make is absolutely atrocious, that's not the end of the world, and show you that there is so much stuff out there now for people who want to make corsets, and you really have a fantastic opportunity if you're starting to make things today. So there you go, I've embarrassed myself with that, and that's my cat Illyria yawning at you. There you go, nice. Not even managed to bag it out properly at the top, so if I find someone that this fits I will put it on them and show you how horrendously bad it is, because it looks quite good on the mannequin and I'm sure it wouldn't on a person. There you go.